So, as promised, we are in fact doing the full video on the DX9-Slag, and as I promised in this short, we're not just going to be trashing him. Objectively, yes, he is a very bad figure, but we're going to be on the positives in this. So, I'll start this off with, we have to talk about his problems, and his problems is nothing tabs in. That's the first problem we have with him. He doesn't tab in at all. Nothing on him tabs in. His head doesn't tab in, his waist doesn't tab in, his legs on his back don't tab in at all. And I had to get the elephant out of the room for that. But, I mean, he poses about as well as an average deluxe. So that's good. And I said I wasn't going to trash him, and we're not just going to trash him. We'll actually talk about some positives for him. Starters, he looks very, very good. I'm not going to deny it. He looks good. Yes, his ankle tilt does look kind of off, but it's a legend scale, so let's just keep on going. By the way, I do recommend you keep a part separator, like a flathead screwdriver, because he is very tight on his legs. But let's cut to it and transform him. Starters, you want to take his weapons. For his gun, you want to swing it around and push down and then pull out. And remember, this isn't like an exact transformation steps because, well, we don't do that here. We just do these as we want to. Hold that down and pull the sword out. And these, they don't store anywhere on them, so just put this off to the side. And now, just take the head, fold it up. And this is where it gets a bit annoying. And this is where his problems come out with, which a lot of people have problems with, which is his transformation. Because, well, yeah, it's not a good transformation. Like, you do a lot of spinning, you pull out a lot of stuff. And ultimately, yeah, the front end, you will get the front done before you get the back done. But, as I said prior, we're not going to be trash talking this dude. We're actually going to enjoy this. And I will say this, he has somewhat grown on me. Come on. I basically just tab the front end. That's the front half completely done. And now it's a nightmare. And if you've heard about this DX9-Slag, you've heard about his problems, which is this bullshit. You have to wrap that around this. And that doesn't tab in, by the way. So I recommend you do get that folded up like that, and you try and tuck the back in as much as possible, and straighten out the legs. By the way, his legs are very tight. And now we're just going to fold up this part of the leg, fold it forward, and there is the tab on the front. It's kind of annoying. You think it might sit up flush up there. It doesn't. It sits a little bit higher up. But you want to take these parts here, and you want to get them down to there. So to do this, you gotta take the leg, swing it out like that. Remember, you gotta make sure that the torso is staying flush. Then you kind of want to take this part, fold it down. As you want to rotate that up, push that back, around, form the tail, and you got that done. It's a big order of operations, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to enjoy this figure if you don't know what you're doing. So again, you want to unfold this, and this, and then collapse this in. And once you've collapsed it in, you want to put the lines up. And yeah, that's where the easy part's done. Next hard part, which is once again this leg. The legs, they aren't fun to do, and that's why people don't like them. He doesn't tab in, and he doesn't fold up all that well. It's just a big order of operations. But, like I said, we're not going to be trash talking him in this. We actually talking positives for him. Starters, I really do like this Dino mode. Yes, his tail requires a lot of force to fully tab it in. And then actually, in fact, I'm not even going to fully tap it in because it takes a lot of force to do that, and I don't want to do that right now. But ultimately, you get is a very nice Dino mode here. One I'm actually quite the fan of. He, of course, has some knee bangs, his rear legs, movement of full 360. Fronts can't really go into 360. They have outward movement and some rearward bend and frontward bend. By the way, those are very tight joints. His mouth, thanks to his transformation, can open up, but the head's in there, so it looks kind of weird. Yeah, he's just a nice little dino mode, his Triceratops mode. It's a nice Dinobot mode. I won't deny it. Is he still the worst in the set? Yes. He's objectively the worst in the set by a long shot. Has he grown on me? Yes. Will he grow on you? Maybe. Ultimately, I will give him about a solid 5 out of 10. None of these really go below 5 out of 10. He just has some problems. Goodbye.